Hello friends, welcome to a special episode called The Roadmap from Game Week 26 to 29 on Jake FPL. Today I will be providing you with a detailed analysis of teams and players from Game Week 26 to 29. Due to the recent changes in fixtures, we need to update our teams to maximize our points and also to beat the average. It is very crucial to look and set the team based on Game Week 26 to 29 as there will be an international break before Game Week 30. So you should be okay with resetting your team post Game Week 29 due to injuries and COVID concerns. Now let me pull up the FDR sheet for an easy analysis. 26 is a massive double game week, and if you look at game week 27, just two teams have double game week, that's Man City and Southampton. Then look a bit forward to game week 29 and it's a blank game week. Considering most of the teams don't play on that particular week, so the important point to note is that 4 teams would be playing 5 games within the 4 game weeks. Those are Aston Villa, Fulham, Man City and Spurs. Although do note that only Aston Villa, Spurs and Fulham have games on game week 29. Considering City has 5 games within next 3 weeks, a City triple up is a must. Also, if you could see the highlighted portion, you could see that Aston Villa, Leicester City, Man City, Spurs and West Brom have relatively easy fixtures at least on paper. So try to pick players from these 5 teams so that you have a long-term view as well. If you're asking me for suggestions, I would say Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Diaz from Man City, and as a differentials consider Sterling, Foden and Cancelo. From Aston Villa you could have Martinez as keeper, Target as a defender and Watkins as forward. I would recommend to stay away from Grealish since he is injured and we need to hear more about him from his team. From Spurs, Kane is a must, followed by Son, and the fixtures look to give Spurs at least 2 clean sheets, so consider Eric Dyer in the defense. Bale, being an expensive player, might be useful as a differential. To have sufficient players for game week 29, add 1 or 2 Fulham players to the squad during the course of time as they will come in handy for game week 29. The players you can consider will be Areola, Lookman, Marja and Bobby Reed. Now let's talk about the chip strategies for the coming weeks. You could use your wildcard on game week 26 if you want, but I would recommend using it on game week 30 so that you can freshen up your squad. And you can use your free hit preferably on game week 29 or game week 33, which is supposed to be another blank game week. Suppose if you're using wildcarding this game week, then I would suggest having at least 3 players from Spurs, 2 from Aston Villa and at least a player from Fulham, and consider mixing up 2 players from either Leeds, Brighton or West Ham. Also use your free transfers from game week 26 to 29 to bring in players that have games on game week 29. Building a team around the strategy will definitely give you a playing 11 for game week 29, and also you can have a better average on all the 4 game weeks. Let's move on to special considerations. There is a heavy possibility that FPL managers are planning to use either triple captain or bench boost for game week 26. Hence, expect the average to be relatively high. You can utilize these chips if you wish so, considering a favorable fixture. Now, if you want to invest in Leicester players, I would suggest Wardy and Barnes for now. They have some easy fixtures, although Maddison is currently injured and I hope it's not a big one and he will be back soon. But if he's not back, then be cautious on bringing in Leicester players since they seem to underperform without Maddison. Another thing to consider is filling in the 3 slots by Man City players. Most FPL managers would be going for that. Just note that they have Champions League game on 25th and their Premier League game on 27th. So there is a high chance of players being rested for game week 27. Leicester also have a Euro Cup game before their match against Arsenal, but I expect them not to make any changes under Brendan Rodgers. Also, Bruno might not have a match on game week 29, but I would advise you to keep him since selling him and buying him at a higher price doesn't make any sense financially. If you're wildcarding this game week, then I have made a wildcard draft just for you guys. The gloves are safe with Martinez, followed by the back line of Dyer, Diaz and Target. For the midfield, have gone with Bruno, Rafinha, De Bruyne, Gundogan and Barnes. Finally, Watkins and Kane as the strikers. On the bench, as you can see, I have gone with Areola, Dunk, Dallas and Bamford. This is a very balanced, cautious squad for the upcoming 4 game weeks. Hence, I avoided Salah and other big name. So feel free to form your team around this draft or any of my previous considerations or recommendations. Also, do note that this draft cost me under 100 million considering I own a couple of players. So if you have that amount, then go for it, or else just downgrade a couple of players. Hope this video was beneficial for you guys. and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.